How does the North Carolina eviction moratorium affect landlords right now?
Well, I think that's one of the biggest pieces of misinformation out there, is that there's a moratorium on evictions. There are programs. The governor has been, Governor Cooper has addressed this issue, and certainly people that have lost their jobs due to COVID-19 pandemic, and have applied for other housing and can't find it, and have no other means, then there is a stay on evicting those people. If they're not working and their job got canceled due to the pandemic, and they've applied for other programs to pay for their rent and were refused for those, and then if they were to be evicted from this property, they would actually be homeless, then they have to protect. That is a high standard. That is a lot of hoops to jump through. And there's a lot of misinformation out there by landlords and tenants where, like, oh, it's COVID-19, they don't have to pay rent. That's not the case. I mean, we as a firm, we rarely do evictions, but we've done evictions since COVID-19, and they were evicted. I mean, you have to pay rent, and even this Governor Cooper order, there's still late fees, there's still interest, you still owe that rent. This is not a pass. Tenants need to know that if there's hardship, the landlords and the government is looking out for you, and you don't have to pay for that month. But it's not a voucher. It's not a pass. You still owe the money. And also, even if someone really checked all those boxes and had all those reasons to not be evicted, the second that moratorium is lifted, they're gonna. So I understand there's people going through hardship right now. I understand there's legitimate people that can't pay their rent, but if they're able to, they need to. And it is extremely, extremely hot rental market right now. We have one vacancy right now, and that's out of dozens and dozens of properties. Usually when we have a property go up for rent, it is renting in less than 24 hours. We have massive migration from the Northeast and the West Coast. They're not ready to buy. They want to know the areas better, and they have cash. So as far as an investor, landlord, I don't have anybody crying. As far as tenants, we really have very, very, very few people that are behind in their rent right now.
So if somebody meets many of those requirements and they've lost their job due to COVID-19, they can apply for the NC Hope.
Correct. Yeah. So they can apply for a program that helps them, and then the landlord gets paid. And I'm sure. I mean, all of my landlords don't care where the money's coming from. They don't care if there's, as long as they're seeing an effort or whatever. But and luckily our tenants are great. We don't have this, whatever. But I've heard from other landlords and other tenants in the area where they just think it's COVID-19.